Yo, 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 what is going on? Good morning, everybody. Real quick, let's do this. There we go. Now it's all on the screen. I don't have to worry about putting Discord over the screen. We're all good. Alright, let me see what y'all are saying. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, King Carnage. Good to see you. Good morning, Leland. Good morning, D-Touch. Good morning, boys. Good morning, Green. Good morning, OA83. Good morning, Fake Mojo. Good to see you. Good morning, VC. Good to see you. Good morning, Mighty One. Good morning, Aloha. Good morning, God the Heavenly Father. Oh, God. He's here. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, John. Good morning, Shadow. Good morning, Garden Trader. And good morning, Jacko. So basically this morning, guys, we're going to be looking for buyers above 496.75. So this would be the previous day close towards the supply area between 497.70 and 498.30. That'd be this area here between this level, which is the previous day open, and this level here, which is the previous day high. We have two mixed in levels here from the bigger time frames. That's why we're leaving those. We're also looking for more buyers beyond that range as well, if opportunity, as well as if a base bill holds 494.30. So not only are we looking for a break beyond previous day close to hit here, that'd be a good first trade. We're looking for trades beyond this, and if not, we're not going for that gap fill. We're not going for the move towards 500s. Then we're going to reject this. We're going to pull back down, and we're most likely going to see 494.30s. And if a base build, just like we saw yesterday, where we saw a gap down, a continuation down, a low, a higher low, a higher low, an impulse move. See how it was just too much? There just wasn't enough time for them to actually get a move going, but you could see they had a good base going. If you see another base build from this area, from these higher lows, you should also be looking for buyer pressure. What is buyer pressure? Buyer pressure would be higher lows and bullish candlesticks. That's what we are going to be looking for in this area. Sellers are going to be looking below. It's pretty much always going to be the opposite of this, but below 494.30s. So that would be the break of that big support that we see trying to hold for larger pullbacks towards 492.50. We're saying that because, well, you can say 492.50, 493 because they're psychological levels. That's why I put them there. And 491s, which is an actual level. And then we have more sellers under 491s, and just like we talked about with the buyer base build here, we could also be looking for a seller rejection of this area. So if we get up into this area, we get a nice, really nice move today, whether it's in the morning or later on in the afternoon, and then you get some lower highs. You get like an initial high and then a rejection of that high and then another rejection of that high, and you see some bearish candlesticks. That's selling pressure. That's what we want to look for in supply or in a rejection area. So that's what we're going to look for today. Again, that would be the same range as we talked about earlier. So yeah, that's the main SPY game plan. Please give me a thumbs up or whatever to show me that you understand what we're looking for. If you guys have any questions, please ask now while we're on SPY still before I move on. In a minute, we're going to go to the SPY bigger time frame, talk about that for like 5 seconds. Then we'll check out a couple other charts, and then by then the market should be open. And sorry if I'm speaking way too quick. Good morning, For Profit. Good morning, Randy. Good morning, B Ferg. Good to see all of you. How are you doing, B Ferg? And if you guys have any questions that you think are stupid, ask them anyway. I promise they're probably not that stupid. Okay, maybe not any question, but regarding what we're talking about, yes. My bad, I forgot Creator Trades is here. I forgot I have to clarify. All right, we're moving on then. Looks like nobody has any questions about SPY or the intraday game plan, which remember, guys, if you hear me or anybody say intraday, they're saying today. They're saying this day's price action. They're saying this day's price action. They're not talking about the bigger time frames. So when you hear me talking about the short-term time frames, I promise you, I'm bullish or bearish short-term. It's not like I'm sitting here saying, we're going to the moon or we're going to fall off to the floor and hit hell. Like, no, we're not doing any of that. Drawings, slide over. By the way, if you're not abusing this button here on Thinkorswim, you're tripping. Zoom it out. I probably have to zoom it out a lot. I don't know why I keep going to the 6 month one day, knowing damn well all the information's above old all-time high, which is what this yellow level is. By the way, that is the old all-time high. We held a short-term, mid-term retest above it. We held a longer-term retest on it. Then above the resistance of recent, held another short-term retest. Nice little double inside bar, positive print. That gave us another 1, 2, 3 days up. Slow down big time. I think this is while I was gone, and I was actually reviewing chat, and a lot of you guys were in shorts during this, so I'm very proud to see that. Rand, I'm going to say y'all are a little early, because you probably should look for a lot more. Like, you should be shorting from this candle, not this one, but either way, I'm glad to see you guys are identifying pattern recognition the correct way, but that was a little early, so don't be risky. Nice retest hold with a long leg doji. It's a 50-50 candle, so whatever happens afterwards is what you're going with. They gave us a bullish kicker the next day, so most likely from this candle you are getting a test of all-time high, or the meat of it at least. It looks like they did everything. They hit past the meat of it. They didn't get quite close to the 503.50, but pretty damn close. Pretty good try. And then from there you got a lower open, not a lower close. They held inside of that candle. Yesterday, you got a lower open and a nice push towards 495. So today, we're going to be looking for either pressure off of 495, and if they do they hit 500? And that's why, again, we kind of have that on our smaller intraday chart. Or does 495 break, and we see a larger retest of the 491.60, 490s? And if not, maybe we get an inside candle due to the amount of movement lately. Again, we've pretty much retested once, went up, hit all-time high, retested a second time, went up, smacked the all-time high, and then came back down again. So in a way, today could be an inside candle that leads into a better breakout to either of these sides. But no matter what, guys, no matter if it's today, no matter if it's tomorrow, no matter if it's Friday, no matter if it's next week, we are definitely going to be doing one of these two moves very soon. So it doesn't matter what day we get, today or tomorrow. Let's keep our minds in the right place. Let's focus on the right levels. But again, show me a thumbs up with an emote or an emoji or whatever, and show me that you understand what we're looking at here. And if not, ask a question before we move on. About a minute 20 before the market opens. Please drop your questions now. So the two, and I'm not going to go over every little thing that I posted in premium, but AMD is one of the ones that I liked a lot still. This did really well yesterday. Dropped over $6 from the posted levels. Tesla was the other one. It fell from, we were talking about the highlighted area. I'm never going to sit here and be like, you guys should have shorted from 198. No, my trigger was way down here. So we caught most of that. But today, I like AMD again, and Meta. Meta's a good one. So, I like the levels on it. Looks pretty clean. Those are the two we're looking at there. We'll go over swing stuff here in a little bit. We'll look at some just bigger time frame charts of stuff that I'm looking at, stuff some of my guys are looking at. Just different things like that. I keep checking Ulta because of Noxta. Okay, it finally... Oh, wait, no, it's the pre-market. Oh, fuck that. If that pumps up again to 550, we all have to tag Noxta. Alright. I keep clicking that. Oh wait, I do need to check the time axis. Hold up. Yep. Glad we did. Alright, so we should be fine. Zoom in. Oop. Zoom in. See, look how clean that is too with the bigger time frame levels. Like if you added in everything else we had, like the support here, you know, the other stuff here, the other stuff up here, you know, it would look just like the other chart. Maybe a little different because, you know, the zones are highlighted differently. But let's go to the 5 minute. Let's focus on our intraday chart. I'm going to probably do it like this so we can see what's under and we can see what's above. And then if we move up, we still have 500 on our screen. So this is a pretty good zoom in. Ask any questions. Next question is, what is the meaning of life? Whatever you make it to be. I was going to ask if you think it's weird to wear socks and sandals. The setting really depends, you know. If you're like in your house, if you're like around the house, if you're just kind of doing, you know, chores, probably not that bad. But If you're going out in public like that, you know, you should probably relax. Maybe not do that. Good morning, Matty Ice. Ding, ding, ding. Yo, what's up, peoples? How you doing, man? Socks with sandals, bro. Yeah, I know. I think I know the meaning of life. the username is God the Heavenly Father saying, I think I know the meaning of life. Good morning, Deuce. How you doing, man? The mystery of life isn't a problem to solve, but a reality to experience. You guys are getting too deep right now. Dune? Ooh, I'm about to go see Dune 2 in a couple weeks. Live, learn, and love. This is the meaning of life. I swear. How many houses have you seen that Bible verse just hung up in on like a piece of like art or whatever? Or not art, but you know what I mean. Socks with Crocs? Alright, relax. Windows update? Oh shit. Dune is amazing. Read the book or listen to the audiobook. Probably have to do that. I'm not gonna lie, I even went back and watched the original Dune. The original Dune is actually pretty damn good. I mean, maybe not the like square stuff that they like fight in, the little protection squares or whatever, rectangles, but everything else is pretty cool. Oh, live, love, laugh. That's what I was thinking of. He said that's not a Bible verse, bro. Just a saying from... Oh, bro, Hobby Lobby has everything, don't they? That saying is in everyone's bathroom. God. Because that's where I need to be reminded to live, laugh, and love. Alright, guys. Well, today we have a slightly lower open on the SPY chart. They are hitting that area of potential demand of the low of previous day, but this isn't anything crazy until we see some actual buying pressure. Like I said, you want to see higher lows, you want to see bullish candlesticks. So right now we're just really just fishing right now. We're just looking to see what comes up out of the water. Right now we're looking to see, do we get bullish pressure or are we about to lose support of 494s? These are the two situations in front of us right now. Yeah, we're not saying live, we're saying live as in live stream. Alright, see if we get down to 494.30s. Or do some buyers actually show up. Also check out Qs for a second. I don't think I updated my Q. Oh yeah, I did. If you guys are in Discord, I forgot I'm back. If you guys are in Discord, you can get my levels every single night or the afternoon beforehand. I post them the day before. If you have access to game plans and levels channel, I post SPY, QQQ, and SPX every day with new levels and new images and new links to the chart. So if you don't have TOS, you can still see what's going on. It's not all about the TOS users. But it also looks like the triple Qs are hitting previous day low demand, which we're going to see if buyer pressure shows up or do they lose 423.50. So that could be your trigger for that chart. Said 423, sorry for typing so much. 423.50 is important support for triple Q. If broken, watch for more blood. If held with buyer pressure, can be good SI for bull short term. I think I meant to type sign, but I put SI, so we're gonna leave that there. Nice little hammer on the QQQ 5 minute. Nice little hammer on the SPX, but not the SPY chart. So yeah, really just need more info. Some people are just going to randomly be buying in today's support, but the reason I don't like that is that the previous day was a lower open, which means there has been a lot more selling pressure initiated, so it's not smart to just randomly buy dips. You really gotta wait for them to show you something. So you don't want to just get in early. Is Tesla really flying? Oh yeah, it is. Good call out by Leland in the trade floor. He said he likes it above 193.88s. Okay, so we have pretty similar levels. I'm still going off the inside bar. I probably need to delete this and go add actual emergent candles. I like how it kept working. If you guys ever backtest inside bars in the daily, you'll see multiple days, even after it's broken or giving you that initial, confirmation it made its move, even like weeks and sessions after, it'll still be effective with those levels. It's crazy. Sometimes you see higher lows from them. Sometimes you'll see weeks on later they built a lower high and rejected and went lower. It's crazy. So I like to leave them up sometimes for a couple extra days. Meta is actually losing support. They're falling under 466. Probably the dividend payout. Forgot that was even happening. I probably shouldn't have posted that one. AMD getting a little bit of buying support above 162.20, which is a great sign, but you really want to see them get above 164.46 as well as the previous day close. If you're a buyer. If you're a seller, you're looking for this to completely fall through 162.20. What are you guys all looking at? I guess, I'm the one talking the whole time, but what are you all looking at? Well, I'm changing some stream settings. It says it's lagging again. Alright, that should be fine. Dude, yeah, I don't understand. I don't know why YouTube doesn't like me. Whatever. We'll just fight through it. I'm not ending early. I have plenty of energy. That is weird, though. Alright, I'm zooming in. I'll have to fix with that. I'll have to mess with that today, though. Yeah, lower your quality to 720p and see if that helps you guys. I don't understand what's messing up. It's not telling me what's wrong. It's just saying it says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Normally it tells me something. Recommend that you have stream bit of 6800. See, they keep changing their kbps too. Like right now, I gotta go change that again. kbps 6800, which is very high, by the way. Should not need to do that. Apply. Yeah, I'm still steadily losing like 30, 40 frames per second. That's weird. Huh. I mean, nothing's happened yet, so I'm not freaking out, but it's just like, what the heck? I just want y'all to have a smooth stream, really, you know? Stream settings. Yeah, it looks pretty heavy for sellers. Triple Qs are already at the low of previous day. So watch that for a breakdown. Small caps are getting bought up. I didn't even notice that. Well, I say getting bought up, but it's just the overnight gap fill. Nothing crazy yet. Apple's getting some nice moves to the upside. Microsoft falling again. This is just like yesterday, where they just kind of fell straight down yesterday in the early part of the first 30-45 minutes. We're already seeing that the first 15 of today with a new low of day made under previous day low. That's one of the biggest weights in the market, guys. That's a very important fall. It's gonna hurt the triple Q chart a little. That's probably what brought it down just now, to be honest. Nvidia is another one that's at previous day low trying to hold. Same for AMD. Tesla's kind of doing its own. So is Amazon. Amazon did a really good higher open continuation. Okay, so XLY is just kicking ass. Yep, you can see that with the percentages. Nice. It's kind of fun to see that too, like looking on the market and then seeing like, oh, the market's down or the market's not doing much. And then you go to a sector and you're like, oh, this thing's kicking ass. Let's see Meta real quick. Yeah, Meta did just keep holding under. That might go tap 460. Okay, the stream quality should be okay now. On my end, at least. I'm not even dropping a single frame anymore. Yeah, it works for your phone crisp? Okay, good. Yeah, I think I just fixed it. So, there's a reason it's been, like, lagging, I think. So, one, they updated their settings for one of their servers, because I swear it used to be, like, 6,000 or 5,000 kbps, which is just how much data you're getting per frame from my video and audio. It's a long story. Twitch has different settings, YouTube has different settings, and then YouTube updates their settings, which I believe Twitch always does, too. So that's what threw me off personally. So I think I just didn't have my settings updated. Or two, there I am actually having a server lag. But it looks like it's all fine now. Should be smoothing out. If you guys share the link around or drop a like on today's stream, that would help out a ton. Yeah, we're all good. Look at this. So I had a yellow bar here the whole time. Not anymore. It's green. So we're back to good. I think my settings are updated. I think we're good now. And I need to update the audio bit rate after this. But after that, we'll be done. And no time was wasted. We didn't really miss much. Everything's still just kind of in the range of where we were looking before. I mean, it could be my hardware too. I'm not going to completely blame YouTube. It could be something I'm doing. I'm going to go through it all today though and make sure. But whatever. We're going to enjoy the time we have now. Right now, we're just seeing SPY try to battle that support of the previous day low. We see Q's potentially trying to break it while we saw Microsoft heading lower. They're still under previous day low. Apple, though, is holding pretty well, so that kind of like deletes the whole Microsoft weakness. But Nvidia's weak, trying to hold previous day low. AMD is at previous day low. You have the XLY sector popping off, Tesla being one of the ones that's moving up higher. Amazon as well. They're just kind of holding the higher open still so far. So really big play is going to be from this level today. 168.94. If you want to mark this low of day as kind of a secondary confirmation for bears and maybe high of day for a second confirmation for bulls, be my guest. We were looking for Meta to fall under 466. Happened too fast, and now we're just looking to see what kind of retest do we get. Right now we have if you go from the level that it broke to the level to where it finally caught support, this is where we're looking for a midterm retest. Again, let me re-explain that. If you go from the level that it fell from to where it fell to before catching any kind of support, give us a midterm retest. If anybody's watched course number 2, taken course number 2, or was part of any of my 2 seminars that I was a part of, you would know what the types of retests are. If you do not, please ask on how you can access that information, because the types of retests are beyond the most powerful information. Everybody asks, how do you for 80% entry? And there's like 3 types. 3 types of retest that we look for. Apple cracked and holding above previous day high. Good call out by Matty Ice. He said, yeah, it's fixed. Okay, cool. Yeah, it seems to be fine on my end too. It's funny too, because we went from like 64 people to 32 all because of that. That sucks. Some of those people are probably like, I'm not dealing with this today. Working well for you? Good, good, good. Glad to hear, glad to hear. I just like to have a good, clean, crisp stream for you guys. I don't want it to be all, messed up. Breaking low of day on Meta. Midterm retest holding out so far. I gotta see the 1 minute on that now, just because it hit the low of day so quick. I gotta see what kind of candle appeared here. God, that is so clean. The midterm retest prevails again. I love this type of retest because it's in the seminar or in my little thing. Here, I'll just show y'all. This one. The second type of retest is the midterm retest, aka the hidden retest. Why do I call it that? Because it is hidden. A lot of people are looking for a perfect retest of, let's say they have today's open marked, let's say they have today's high mark, let's say they have maybe even this level marked. Let's say it's even a BB trader, right? They're going to have this level marked. These are 3 vague levels that everyone's going to look for a retest if this falls. So let's say it just falls at the open like it did today. Everyone is going to obviously be looking at one of those 3, right? So they're not always going to happen. And sometimes they do. Sometimes you get the perfect rejection of this area and then it heads back down. But that's not always going to happen because it's obvious, right? So what are they going to do sometimes? They're going to do something called the in-between, the midterm, or the hidden retest, which is, again, falling through a level, slowing down. And this might be random too. This might not be at a level. Like you see right here, they didn't stop at a level. They just stopped randomly in between this level and this level, right? It's kind of like the halfway point, I guess. So I guess it's not that random. But then you go from the level of where they fell from. Again, you're just really looking at like the distance of what they took. What did sellers take? They took from 466 all the way to whatever this is, 462.29, which is where we drew from initially, right? Now you can see it's reversing now, but on a 1 minute scalp, that would have been the trade of the day for you. You wouldn't have to touch this chart again. But from there, though, you get a not as obvious retest that happens in between, right? It's not as obvious as going up here or here, or here, like we talked about. So that's why I like to look for those a lot, because they're hidden. They're not in an area where everyone is looking. So only people who are looking for that exact retest are going to be taking that risk. So if you're a seller and you're like, oh, I like this as long as it's under this, I'm in it. You know, that's great. That's a good game plan. If you're like a 1 minute trader, which is kind of what I was referring, and that's why you saw me switch, is I like the 5 minute for the setup, but I really like the 1 minute to get the actual trade, because for the actual trade, and maybe this isn't the best example because it's meta, but you're looking for selling pressure beyond this point. So like you see this, you're like, okay, I'm in. I like that there's another rejection of this midterm retest. I like this a lot. There was already kind of some wicking action happening and nothing really crazy moving this up, right? You get the dump, you get the low. Awesome. Most profits should already be taken on a scalp. Let's say, if this was SPY, that's how this would be done. But most profits should already be taken because you don't know that it's going to keep going under this low. But once it hits that low and it's pushing into it, all that momentum is on your side. So initial profits need to be taken, and then you can take it to whatever the next level is, like 460.15 or way down here, 457.50. And then again, stops out at the whatever the top of the midterm retest area would be. So in this case, it'd be 464.80-ish. So that's where you would stop out if you got a push beyond it. You know, maybe it pushes a little bit above it and then loses. Awesome, you're still in. If it pushes above it and you don't like the buying pressure that's holding there, then that's probably a good trade to exit. You don't need to be holding that, and it's good risk because you're not really risking too much. You were in here, you're out here. Whereas any other trade that you were taking, let's say you're taking a retest up here. You're like, oh, I'll retest today's open and I'll keep my risk at today's high. That's a large distance. You know, in other cases, it might even be larger. So you're also ruining your risk as well as catching a more obvious trade. So that's why I like to look for the the midterm, or aka the hidden retest. You guys got to see this. This has to be a YouTube thing. It literally says, stream is healthy, stream health is excellent. And that's at 8:51 a.m. At 8:51 a.m. warning. At 8:51 a.m. error. At 8:52 error. 8:53 stream is healthy, stream health is excellent. 8:54 error, YouTube is not receiving. Dude, you got to see this. I know, now I know it's not me. Like, what? Is it excellent or is there an error? I don't know what the problem is, and I'm very sorry about this. That's crazy. I just want y'all to see this so you know I'm not tripping. Like, bruh, is it working or not? All good though. We're not gonna let this dampen our spirits. I'm still liking a lot of these charts. Like SPY, you could say it looks bearish, but I mean we're holding support still, and it's still trying to build back up. So let's give it a little bit more. Also, Q's failed to hold under, so that was going to be my confidence builder for SPY to fall if Q's kept falling, but they did not. And then Microsoft, they did kind of the 90% entry we talked about. They broke previous day low. They're now trying to close back above it. This could be a very good push towards today's open, maybe even today's high. Nvidia is trying to do the same thing, holding yesterday's low. AMD is trying to do the same thing, holding yesterday's low. Amazon's moving off of that retest point we just talked about at today's open. Tesla kept going up and just now hit 198.20s. Even Meta's reversing. We'll see if they close above, because that could still change. GPM, UNH, nothing here crazy yet. And again, still the only green sector out of the top 5 would be discretionary. Your XLY sector. That's your Tesla, your Amazon, your McDonald's, your Nike, your Home Depots. Your healthcare, your banks, your comm sector, your Meta, Netflix, Google's. Your tech sector, your Apple, your Microsoft, these are all red. Yo, stream is good now. Yeah, stream is good now. For now. Until YouTube decides to poop. It's all good, though. Right now, we're rejecting today's open. Let's zoom in on that. I'm going to just hover my cursor over it so you can see it. We're not going to mark it yet because we already have too many levels down here. Just going to hover it. But right now we're rejecting it perfectly. So let's see, do we get a flush? If they flush, I want to see them push the meat of the bone. I want to see them push under the meat of these two candles. This candle's closed and this candle's open. If not, I want to see more higher lows build here over the next couple hours. That would be a really nice confidence booster for buyers leading into the lunch hour. Maybe even after the lunch hour, you get a really nice buyer move into day. Because by then, you might have enough information holding this previous day low. But who knows? Maybe this is just the slowdown before more sellers step in. Who knows? Right now, sellers are definitely trying. Metro. We are still under today's open on Triple Q. I guess that's not really over for sellers yet. Same story for SPY. SPY is just under. They're tapping it again. Today's open is really the big focus right now, everybody. Qs are rejecting. This is pretty bearish. Really, all they have left is making a new low, but they are under today's open. They are under the top of supply, but we still have the last little bit of support sitting there. So that is really all that's left before Qs can push lower. Buyers really need to show some push beyond today's open in 425 to really kind of delete some of that confidence sellers are starting to get. Buyer confidence stepping in a little bit more on SPY as they try to take today's open. This is really what would be ideal for the triple Q chart as well. As I say that, that big green candle appears. New high of day, good call out. Nice. And some buyer confidence stepping in on the QQQ chart. Nice. We see the weights all stepping in together. And this is really why I love to go through these so much. It's because, like, in my head, there's like a big pie chart. And the more things I look at, and I just like, if 9 out of 10 of them are starting to return above their previous day low and are bullish, then that, in my head, that means SPY and the triple Qs are also going to be going up soon. Maybe not at the exact same time, though. You know, so let's say like 6 of those 10 weights are just slightly moving up and 4 of them are like even slower. Then you're not going to see that reaction on SPY as well. And then let's say the 4 that were slower start to pick up more, then that momentum also picks up. So then you start to, like, the pie chart in my head starts to like pick up more. It's like, oh, okay, it's going more. Like, you should also think about that. You know, it's not just Q by itself, SPY by itself. It's also smart to just spam through the weights real quick and see, okay, Apple's still holding support. This is a little bit of a bullish retest. Just quickly analyzing them. Okay, yes, Microsoft did break support. We're very bearish at first, but retook within the next 10 minutes. It's a very good sign. At the same time, you have NVIDIA holding previous day low, AMD holding previous day low. You had Tesla moving higher. You had Amazon holding a bullish retest and moving higher. So there's a lot of things kind of leading into, okay, there are buyers showing up. We even talked about how Meta was bearish, and then it flipped and took over within the next 5 to 10 minutes. So it's a very good sign by not just 1 or 2 individual tickers, but multiple at the same time. That's what should be pushing you in or out of your trades, or at least giving you some confidence towards a certain direction of the trend. And yes, welcome all of you. Thank you for being here. Drop a like on today's stream. Sorry for the stream lag. But right now, we're seeing buyers step in on the overall market. Short term, of course. There's no retest or anything. We just have a hold of some lows, and that's about it. Nice impulse move is what I would call it. But we'll see. Does this impulse move hold up strong? Do we continue? Do we see 500 again today? Or, just like we talked about at the beginning of the stream, are we going to experience possibly an inside candle day today? That would mean we would finish between yesterday's low and yesterday's high. For another detailed game plan on the market, too, you can go back to the beginning of the stream where we first initially talked about SPY on the intraday time frames, the smaller time frames, and then the daily time frame. Tesla, holy. Almost hitting 200 today. Let's go. XLY sector kicking ass. It's nice to see just both of them doing well, too, not just one or the other. Because I swear, sometimes when Tesla's killing it, Amazon's down or flat. Every time Amazon's killing it, I never see Tesla moving. But now, it's nice to see both weights of that sector and the XLY sector moving higher together. That's what's really giving that sector such a big boost. It's not just one or two of them, it's both. Seller. Let's see if we got anything new here. Meta taking over, nothing new there. Apple moving a little higher, see if they can make a new high of day soon. NVIDIA still just trying to defend that previous day low. Better showing from AMD. When is NVIDIA earnings? today. Okay. Okay, so actually, I wouldn't expect NVIDIA to move too much, but you can go watch AMD if you want. And I don't know if I'd swing any semi stocks, guys. I don't know if I would confidently swing any semiconductor stocks going into tomorrow, knowing that NVIDIA has earnings today. So please remember that. So anybody who's been trading SMCI, anybody who's been trading AMD, anybody who's been trading TXN, anybody who's been trading any of these semiconductor companies or anything that has any semiconductor part into it, please do not trade them. Please do not swing trade them. It is very risky. It's very high risk. You're essentially going to the gas station and buying a scratch-off ticket when you're trading naked options on earnings. Now, if you guys have spreads or something, that's a different story. I know some people like to, like, let's say you're buying puts on it. Let's say you think Nvidia is going to go down, but you want to protect yourself a little bit. I know a lot of people like to buy like an out of the money put, and then they'll sell a further out of the money put just to kind of protect some of their theta. But I generally don't like when people do that, because you're also adding more risk into the trade. Just because you're protecting yourself, you're literally still buying that contract though, so it's more money at risk. So even if you're not trading naked options, it can still be risky. Also, because earnings are very random. You know, it's not always going to go where you think it's going to go. Just because they produce good earnings numbers doesn't mean the price of the stock goes up. They release forward guidance and they're like, yeah, we killed it this last couple quarters, but we really have no idea where we're going after this. And yeah, the stock's going to fall. Doesn't matter how awesome they sounded before that. No amount of word usage using the word AI is going to save them. But we'll see where NVIDIA goes from here. I think this will be a great thing to watch after hours today, or at least get a good vibe in the tomorrow morning to see where is NVIDIA, because this will give you a good idea on where other semiconductors might end up. So, might end up using NVIDIA as kind of a leading indicator to see where's everything going. Yeah, that sounds horrible, just doubling down. Exactly. But I wanted to talk about it because I know some people like spreads. I personally don't touch spreads, but they are very advantageous when using them for different uses. Like collecting premium is a great thing. You're not going to get a lot of money out of it unless you're using a lot of money, but it's still good passive money. Or the different debit or call spreads that you can do. Debit or credit spreads, sorry, not call spreads. Watching meta here at previous day low / current day open. That's what Matty I said. I'm honestly so interested in Microsoft, how it like broke and then held. That could be a very massive move to previous day close, which could by itself send Qs back to the middle of this range. If anybody has any questions about how we get our levels or anything about the strategy that we use or the system that my community uses, please ask. There's also playlists and stuff on the channel, which I highly recommend going through some of them, at least the playlist of the channel. I have a lot of videos, so it's hard to kind of pick through them all, but you should definitely check out some of the popular videos as well as some of the playlist of the channel. I try to keep it a little bit organized. I actually made a playlist just for y'all. I don't know if it's unlisted or not, but I'm going to relink it in the YouTube chat because it is pretty helpful. Road to consistency. Oh, it is public. Okay. So yeah, if you go to the Road to Consistency playlist, I would check that out. Can I peep the meta daily? Yes, I can. Just for you, Maddie. Wait, real quick. Actually, I think I'm going to try to 3-bar up. Watch today's open. That's a pretty damn important level. That's where they just smacked. So if they get past that again, they might actually go reach today's high. Maybe even try their hand at filling half of the gap, which again, if you go from previous day close to today's open, you can see where the halfway point lines up with our bigger time frame level. Whoops, no, do not duplicate that. Let's go to the daily. You can see I got lazy and just charted recent. I did emerging candle, and that was it. That's the only emerging candle in this area. This one is the high, so I just decided, I mean, you could grab it like it's an emerging, and then grab the all-time high, and then I grabbed the low of the range, and that was it. And then everything else is a smaller time frame level. So I went from the close to the low of that candle, just kind of grabbing vague levels just to give myself a little bit of, you know, something to trade off of. Looks like they mostly filled it though. They didn't, it wasn't pretty, but they mostly filled it because it's only down to 460.15 if you grab from that candle's close. And they got pretty close, maybe about $1.64 away. But how, you asked, how would you chart this gap up? Oh, the gap up, the one on the left. My bad. I'd probably, honestly, I would just do the Leland method. I'd go from this candle's close to this candle's open. I mean, definitely mark this high, because that's another thing people get trapped in. I know this is kind of a further down the line conversation, like after prices dumped and then made it way down here and stuff. A lot of people look for the perfect gap fill, and it does happen a lot. I think it's like over 80% of the time or some shit. I don't remember the stat anymore. It used to be like 96, but that was 4 years ago. A lot of the time after it breaks the control point and golden pocket, I like to just take profits here and relax. I don't care that it doesn't go fill the entire gap. If there's a recent high right there and it's not that far, I'll just take it right there. I don't care if it goes much more. But that's a nice side thing to look at. But no, I would just grab from this candle's closed to this candle's open, because that's the gap. And that's it. Mark your low, mark your emerging candle, mark your emerging, mark your all-time high. And then day to day, add your smaller time frame levels, like our previous day high supply, previous day low, stuff like that. Okay, good. Yeah, and that's okay too, Maddie. That's keeping it simple. There's nothing better than that. All right, guys. We are still holding above today's open on SPY, which means we are short-term bullish, but does that hold out for long? We'll see. 495.40 being a really strong pivot point today. Oh, yeah. That's a good point Leland just made, which I probably should have also said. That gap, don't expect that to happen anytime soon. You know, it might take news to do it all in one candle. It might take news to bring it down initially and then have more momentum over time, bring it down in a very ugly fashion to where it's hard to trade it or not make it so obvious. And it might even be a time thing before we see it filled. So that's a good point Leland said. He said they will tease the hell out of that gap. I'd look at it as support for now. It will probably take some sort of... And that's honestly how you should see every gap, is how Leland just said. Like, every gap is a support until proven otherwise. You know, until you see the break of it and a retest under it and a push away to some extent. That's a support, you know? So, very good call by Leland. He said, 100% I was by no means trying to play that fill. Oh, no, you're good, you're good. It was in case somebody else might have picked up on that and was like, well, wait, hold up. Are they trying to do the whole gap fill play? One chart that my brain goes to when I think about gap fill plays, and I'm sure a lot of you thinking about this too, is Netflix and Meta. Back when Netflix fell a couple times, they had multiple large gaps. Meta soon followed after. And why that was so important was because those were in the same sector. But those had some pretty big gap downs that over time have filled. You can see Meta's pushing new all-time highs. Netflix pushed through both of their gap fills. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive considering I think a lot of us probably thought that wasn't going to happen for a long time. And it didn't. It happened over the course of a year and a half. Here, we'll go look at that. Just remember, guys, SPY is bullish as long as it's holding today's open short term. If they can push through this and today's high, they have a very good chance of making it to previous day close. And then this is the next area where they need to push beyond to see higher levels. If not, and they just push up to here and reject, we're probably going to see them stay in range. But right now, buyers are in control. Short term. What? The ones I'm talking about, though, on Netflix are way back here. Yeah, this one and this one. Look how long it took for them to refill. Not only multiple quarters of earnings, not only multiple catalysts, but also just a lot of time. Meta's the exact same way. They had a very large gap down and continuation, and another gap down. They went to $88 a share at one point. The new all-time high is $488. Impressive. So it's just gap fills take a lot of time. Like if you were playing this one, I mean, it really didn't trigger any kind of signal above that gap fill until May 18th. Dear Lord. I mean, 3 months off of being a year. That's a long amount of time. But in reality, you know, that's actually kind of fast. 9 months is kind of fast to do something like that. Some people probably hear that and like, what? How is that fast? That's slow. Yeah, I mean, it is slow in our heads, but in relative condition to the charts and how the stock market works, that is very quick. 9 months is a very quick turnaround. I mean, because you realize like what you're doing when you see a chart do that. Like Netflix fell, Meta fell. You're changing sentiment. Everybody's turning into the biggest bear of their life. Everybody's hating on that company. Everybody's looking at them going, why would you buy that or invest in that? You know, and all the big investors get into it, or believers are holding it. New high, or almost new high day SPY. But you're seeing a change of sentiment. Over time, you're going from a sentiment that's so horrid and everybody hates it to, oh, this is actually kind of good again. Yeah, I like this. This is awesome. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're seeing a change of sentiment, not just green and red candles on those big charts. Over the course, again, of months. You're seeing a slow change of sentiment as well. Oh, my bad. I'll zoom in. They got really... That was about to look so good. If they close outside of this would look so damn good for buyers towards 496.75. If they reject this, I fear we will be testing the current day open yet again, which I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing that level. A lot of jump roping this morning, but as expected, again, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, we talked about why this could just, I say jump rope, but inside bar today, based on the daily time frame. So if you want to go back and review that and see why we think that, be my guest. But if not, who cares? You know, if they end up making new lows, awesome, we get to short. They end up making a push beyond this and push beyond previous day close, we're going long, awesome. If you're trading anything inside of this range, please be tight on your risk. Don't just let things run. Don't let your contracts go down 88%. SPY looking like an inverse head and shoulder. Yeah, we'll see here in a moment, I guess. 5-minute outside bar. Been there, done that. Today's open being held by both Triple Q and SPY still. Again, Triple Q is a tech sector, but it's not fully tech. I would say your pure blood tech sector would be your XLK. Which looks like they're holding pretty well as well. We'll see if this keeps up or if this is about to give up and break down again. Q's just wicked pretty hard off of 425, but are still holding today's open. Or they're right at it, I should say. And you're kind of getting the same thing here. You know, we went beyond today's open and hit the next level and just kind of struggling now. So we're just seeing, can we continue to hold this higher low above today's open or above this base at least? And remember, this is also kind of what we talked about at the beginning of the stream with the intraday time frame too. We talked about how you don't want to just see one low hold here. Like you might want to see multiple lows to where in today's lunchtime session or end of day, you might see a move out of this area. Now, whether it's to the upside or downside, I can't tell you. I'm not Marty McFly. I can't see the future. But I do know that it's going to happen from this area. And yeah, definitely be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you like some of the commentary over the market. I'm also reading out pretty much all of y'all's updates as soon as I can. But glad to have you all here. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. See what the market does here in a minute. I swear the Discord is so funny. Good job, Jack. Good job, D-Touch. The tables have turned. How the turntables. Oh, I guess I could do a free promo. So there is two, or I guess there's only one more spot actually. So I'm doing a 30% off of Lifetime. That ends this Friday. 3 people got it the other night. 1 person messaged me while I was asleep, so that's one that's gone, and there's only 1 left. So if you'd like to get the last one, please reach out to me on Discord. Right now we have a potential higher low holding today's open on SPY. I believe we saw QQQ struggling, but they seem to be holding it back up if I look at their percentage here. But yeah, candlestick wise, they're still just under 425, which is again kind of our secondary confirmation for more buyers there. So we either want to see more higher lows develop in here, or we want to see a push beyond this for buyers. Sellers want to see a rejection of this, a break under today's open, or a break under 423.45. And this is how everybody needs to be looking at this stuff. You need to be on the fly, kind of just instantly going, okay, well, this is my scenario in front of me for buyers, this is my scenario in front of me for sellers. And that's exactly how I talk every time to you guys, because I don't want to sit here and feed into the bullshit. You know, I don't want to sit here and be like, well, this only looks good for buyers, guys, and that's it, and not once talk about the seller scenario, because what happens when that fails or fakes out or something comes out and the market sentiment changes for that moment, you know, then I'm not going to be ready for it. So what's good to do then, so I can be more prepared for those scenarios? Talking about them, discussing them, breaking them down, looking at them, reviewing them, understanding that, okay, this isn't just a buyer's market. There are sellers here. Where do the sellers look good? Where do the buyers look good? Look at the advantageous spots for where they look good. We talk about this all the time with trend too. You know, like let's say we're in a downtrend line or an uptrend line even. You know, when you're seeing buyers or sellers in this little range, which I know this is not how stock charts actually look, but bear with me. Where's the most advantageous spot for sellers? Up here, because this is where they have the most room to the downside. This is where you have the least amount of risk, so it's the best part of the chart, right? Where does a buyer have the most advantage? The lower parts of these trends, because these are where a higher low can start back up. This is where they can build back up to the top of the range, and risk is lower, right? And this is how you should be seeing this, no matter the trend. Oh, I screwed myself. No matter the trend, so even if it's an uptrend, if we're in a range trade, if we're in a downtrend, it shouldn't matter. You should understand who has the most advantage here, who has the most advantage here, 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 here. You know, just understanding who has, where do you have the least amount of risk where? Where do I want to see buying pressure? Where do I want to see selling pressure? Is it in between it? Okay, I'm confused. Okay, then I probably shouldn't touch it. See how I'm doing all that just off of intuition and just based off of what's in front of me? I'm not letting my emotions or anything make my decision for me, or at least when you're prepping yourself, you're not letting anything sway your opinion. That's how you need to be. You need to be concrete. You need to be a stone wall when you're making your plan. Therefore, when you are going to trade it live, you're like, okay, well, I didn't really discuss that. Is it really fair for me to say I can trade this right here? No, probably not. So I'm not going to take this trade because that would be a random on-the-fly trade. Peoples or Leland, if y'all want to join stream, y'all can. If you don't want to, don't even bother. I'm sure Leland's wanting to relax a little bit he did a very good job leading the server and keeping everybody updated. I actually wanted to go over his weekly watch list. That shit was kind of clean. I don't know. Did anybody here go through that? Anybody go through Leland's weekly watch list? I thought it was interesting. He included SPY, Triple Q, on a lot of time frames. He did a couple plans around those levels. He did Tesla and Apple trade plans, news for the week, and earnings for the week. I thought that was cool. He also posted the daily updates every day. He even posted all of the CPI data for y'all. How nice of him. He did not have to do that. Game plans and levels. It looks like everybody took care of that one. Peoples is always ducking me. You guys see this? Nah, you're good, Peoples. Yeah, Friday's good. I'm excited. I am out and about. Can join tomorrow. All good. We'll get you guys in. Hey, 20 minutes is good enough. Call me on Discord when you can. Ooh, I get to hear the same music as all of you now. Still seeing some basing. This is pretty much what I talked about this morning. I didn't want to be right, though, to be honest with you guys. I wanted to be wrong. I wanted the market to make some good moves for you guys quickly, quicker this morning. But we're not getting that yet. XLE sector strong at the moment. Good job, Alexis, looking at the side sectors I don't even have on watch. Good stuff. I actually like the buying pressure from these a lot. I mean, I know they have some lower lows right here, but they have changed that trend ever so slightly here recently. And built some base and broken higher, so... Is this a change in trend for energy? Who knows? Could be. Also, and thank you, VC, for bringing this to my attention. If you guys ever have a Bueller message you, it's probably not me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't have time to reach out and message every single person from chat. I just don't. There's too many of you. So I promise you, this is my only account on Discord. I do not have a backup account. I do not have a second account. I do not have any of that. So do not accept anything from people. Yo, speaking of peoples, what is up, peoples?
What up? How's it going?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, dude.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear your voice. I didn't really care about your stock advice or anything.
Wait, what?
I said I just need to hear your voice. I don't really care about your stock advice or anything.
Yeah, that advice is pretty bad. Dude, yeah, I just took a small loss on calls.
On calls?
It's all good though.
That's good though. That was a good loss. I see
Yeah.
exactly what you went for, honestly. I liked
Mhm.
how it did that low and then held it back up again. I like that it was potentially trying to hold a higher low. It just happened to fail right here. It's just not time. Probably needs some more settling like we thought. So
Yeah, we're also kind of pressing up on like the pre-market 0.5, which I wasn't really paying attention to. So I mean, I don't know if I should have really waited for like price to get over that or. But I like the control of current day open. Plus, we had a pretty bullish reaction out of nowhere, so I was like, okay.
yeah, no, I liked it. That's a good loss. I think what you just took is a good loss. I wouldn't sit there and beat yourself up on that one.
All right, cool. Creators says someone turn them down.
Oh, my bad. I do need to turn you down. Trader's like my biggest hater, but also my audio engineer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I was gonna say though is on trades like this, and I'm not saying this is the case every single time, so please don't take this to heart and think like every time you see this it's gonna do this. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the time when we have those big moves that have a lower open that previous day and then you get that big move down, because that was a pretty big drop, and let's be honest, they had a lower open and they continued. That's a lot. So it's a lot of energy used, right? They're just, the chart's a little tired. So when it had this lower open again today, I honestly couldn't tell you that it was bearish or bullish. It generally is like a sit and wait kind of thing, because right now what you're looking for is for something to settle, something to show you, hey, this is who has control. So the first signal, which I'm not saying this was the first, you had multiple things telling you calls were good, and I agree with you. But sometimes it's good to wait for the slowest reaction. So sometimes this might be a lunch hour type day. This might be a power hour type day where you don't see that setup actually get a good move. Like maybe you see good setups occur, but nothing move away for a while. But sometimes you don't get that leg up or leg down until that lunch hour or end of day, just because of how much is moved on the chart. So when I was looking at this, I was honestly just like, oh, we need to look for some more basing, I guess. But I see exactly what you did as soon as you said it, so it's why I don't think you did anything stupid.
Yeah, and with like what it's like FOMC minutes today later or something. Like I could probably like
I can
waited
pull it up.
for a level to break.
Yeah, that's true too. But I like what you did though. I like that you took the risk. You weren't trying to, pussyfoot around.
Yeah, and that's just my one trade for the day, so I'm done. I think I only here. Let me see how much I even lost on that contract.
Yes, you are correct though. FOMC minutes today, which means we probably have Homeboy talking right after.
Yeah, we usually just chop until then. Oh
And
yeah, I
and
barely
that
lost.
and that's another thing too. Like, and I don't like to blame it on this because I feel like it kind of makes people scared or creates like a bigger hesitancy in them. But like
Mhm.
news, like they're like you're right. Like FOMC minutes is pretty big, and the 20-year bonds are today, which I feel like not a lot of people think is important, but they are. The 20 year is very important. So a lot of
Mhm.
people look to see like, are the bonds going up today or not? So a lot of people are just going to genuinely be looking at bonds today, and if bonds end up going up, equities are probably going down. Which is what we're looking at, SPY and all that stuff.
Oh
So
yeah, and
we'll see.
Leland said Nvidia earnings is
Yeah, and
causing a lot of
Nvidia
hesitation
earnings.
too. Yeah,
Remember,
it could have just been a chill no trade day. It's all good though.
a lot of the movement lately has been semiconductors, and that's the big dog reporting today. So that's a good point too. I didn't even think about that.
Mhm. So how are you doing, dude?
I was doing pretty good, but then I invited you in here for some random reason.
All right,
No, I'm
these
doing
guys
good.
out for the day.
No, I'm doing pretty good. Just life stuff, but I'm happy to be here. Honestly, it's always a lot better when I'm just in here streaming and talking to all you guys.
Mhm.
Life's a lot better in here.
It's good to have you back. We had to just deal with Leland for like a week or two.
I
It
know.
was the worst thing ever.
Dealing with 1,000% call outs, like, God, dude.
Yeah.
I hate when people try to make me rich. I hate that stuff.
Posting daily updates like he's Beeler or something. I was like, who's this imposter?
He said something today. He was like, I have a newfound respect for what you do. And I was like, that made me kind of laugh
I
today.
know. Nah, heck no. That's it's like you do so much, dude. I couldn't even imagine. Like I struggle to like get up sometimes and just do like my trade review, and you're just like fucking posting in all these channels. I'm like, oh my lord.
I feel like you have to, man. It like keeps you in gear, it keeps you in routine, it keeps you in like a very good habit. Like it's like that whole military training mindset. Like if you don't get up and make your bed and get your hair cut and do this and like all the small stuff, you're gonna fall out of place. You're gonna fall out of your
Yeah.
more disciplined routine. I feel like this right here is a disciplined routine. Maybe you don't need to post the news and earnings of the day or look at that yourself, but just
Mhm.
glancing over it, just glancing at it for 5 seconds is already a massive advantage over what you may be doing beforehand.
Yeah.
So I just think it's the routine that helps. I
No,
I would
that
do
is
this.
fact.
I would do this by myself. What you see in chat, I would probably do that by myself to myself if I didn't have the chat, just because like it feels like the right routine of just knowing what's going on.
It was super funny. In the weekly watch list that Leland put out, like in the first little paragraph, he had a type at the end like, "I'm not doing this because I'm too lazy." Because I forgot what you do. Oh shit! Here, let me just try to find it real quick. I was cracking up though. All right, I got it. Oh yeah, he's like, I'm gonna keep this short. I'm not gonna review last week's plan like Beeler usually does. Too lazy with a smiley face. I was dying.
Oh yeah, he sent it and I looked at that too and I was dying. I was like, that was the most Leland comment ever. I don't blame him though, because reviewing is kind of annoying because it's a lot
Mhm.
like because I'm sure he reviewed it 1,000 times during the week. So like afterwards it doesn't feel right because it's like, why would I review this? I already like the whole story of last week is out of my head now, you know.
Yeah.
So it can be a little hard, not hard, just annoying, really, because it's just tedious. It's like, I've already done this. I don't need to recode over it. And if somebody hasn't at that point, then they just weren't paying attention, because it's a lot of
sometimes
information.
I even feel that with just like my days, like stuff like reviewing the day or whatever. Like, let's say I take a trade, I already, after I take the trade, if it's a win or loss, I go back and I just kind of like look for anything I did right or wrong, and I do everything kind of mentally. But then like I try to write it all down in like a journal, but then I'm like, oh, I already know all this stuff, so it just seems like super tedious and like boring. But you just gotta do it.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Even if it is boring, that shouldn't matter.
Yeah. Creator goes, I miss the D-Touch streams. Those were pretty hype.
The D-Touch? Oh, in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get Daffy and D-Touch on a YouTube stream one day. Or just join one of their Discord streams. And
That'd be
record
so
it.
sick.
Yeah, I like D-Touch. D-Touch is a staple of our economy, let's be honest.
He is.
He's basically the glizzy at Costco.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
LOL Lexus. Hypothetically, what you guys think midterm earnings will be? Asking for a friend. I genuinely have no stake in that one, man. I have no idea. I have no relative view of what Moderna has been up to, so I genuinely can't help you. I guess I'll say down for fun. I'll say down, just because it looks like it's going down TA-wise. But if it ends up holding this support, maybe some catalyst comes out, maybe you see them pump into the 100 mark. What's up, fam? Good morning. What's up, Andreas? Good to see you, man. Sorry if I said your name wrong. I do recognize the name, though. Gotta say, Leland was amazing and clear. Yeah, he's alright. Nah, Leland's...
okay.
Leland's the
a
best.
stud.
That's why I tell y'all, like, he's the best. He'll never say it, but... Pause. Creator's like, alright, enough of the glazing.
I think it's when you said that. D touches the glizzy.
Oh. Of course you knew exactly what I said to make him say that.
Wait, who's this Wacko Jacko
Do you
guy?
recognize my name?
No.
Wacko Jacko. Are you the Brazilian guy? I don't remember which one you were.
It's kind of a weird name. Because he said something about D touches glizzy. I don't know, bro. I will spit out my water. Creators gotta chill. Oh, this is just, I feel gonna be so slow until like 2 o'clock.
Oh my god, now I have to explain this on Trade Floor. Leland goes, D-Touch Costco Glizzy Clutch. Like, he's like, LOL, where did this come from? Like...
D-Touch goes like... Leland, change his Discord name to Costco Glizzy.
Dude, his name throws me off sometimes still. I'm like, who's this stupid guy? I'm like, why does he have a mod color? I'm like, oh, this is D-Touch.
Yeah. D-Touch. I just rewinded the stream. Creator, you're never gonna be mod, dude. You can't be trusted with mod.
Bueller, where do I apply to be a mod? It's not really like something you apply for. It's kind of just something someone gets over time. If I see someone that's very active and they moderate on their own without even needing to be a mod, then I'd just go ahead and give it to them. But I have plenty right now. I don't need any more. At least right now. I have more inactive mods than I have active mods right now, and I still have too many mods. Yeah, respect is earned, like VC said. Like, D-Touch is somebody who did that on his own just naturally over time. Like, he was from another chat, joined our chat, and just kind of like took it as his own, turned it into his own chat, really. And just made sure things were clean, made sure people talked the right way. You know, because I'm not talking about like freedom of speech, like talk the right way. Just like, we like to make sure everyone's in a positive mindset and aim towards the right things and focus on the right things. You know, if you're focused on this or that or a bunch of noise, you're never going to truly focus, and it's going to fuck with you. And then you're going to never be happy with your actual outcome because you're going to be like, oh, I didn't work hard enough. So it's just good to be in the right mindset. But D-Touch is someone that did that a lot. Leland is someone that was something like that. Jack, Sherman, any of the mods, really, you know, anybody who has it has earned it. Without asking for it, too. None of the mods that have it asked for it. Not a single one.
So you already failed creator, basically.
Basically, yeah. The Glizzy of Costco. Respect is earned. I just harassed the shit out of B till he gave me the roll. Get off me. Gotta sacrifice your soul to the market with a ritual? 100%. I'm not reading that one out. He says, I don't even want one. I don't even want to be one. I just want the... Oh, you want mod on YouTube. Oh, that is something that's... I'm not handing out.
I want the wrench.
I think I only have 3 wrenches on my channel, or maybe 2. I think it's only Leland and Sherman now. Devin might still have it, I'm not sure.
And D-Touch. D-Touch has it.
And D-Touch, okay, yeah, so I have a couple wrenches in here. Which I don't even know if they do anything with their wrenches. I don't even ban anyone in YouTube chat either. There's no one here to ever delete.
Good work, Leland. Changed his name to Costco Glizzy.
Oh, Hidden Land has it too? Okay, that's Jay. Okay, maybe a few more people have it than I thought. Did he actually change it? Oh wow, he did. When the market's not moving, time to talk about Costco.
Costco pizza. I haven't had that in so long.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
I don't even know what movie that's from, bro.
You haven't seen Idiocracy?
No.
Brother. Go watch that movie today. Do not get into my chat tomorrow and tell me you still didn't see it.
Oh my god. I'm like freaking 12 years old, bro. How old is this movie?
It's pretty old, but it's good. It's honestly a very accurate depiction of what the future of our country might look like. And it's very funny, so definitely watch it. It's got a bunch of stupid... it's got, what's his name? What's the dad from Malcolm in the Middle? Tyrese or whatever his name is? That guy, whatever his name is, I can't remember it for the love of God. The Old Spice guy. He is the president of the United States. And he has machine guns and stuff. So you gotta watch it, man. It's pretty funny. I'll give you one hint. Water is replaced on our planet with Gatorade. Watch that movie. Okay, possibly seeing a new low pretty soon if they can crack under this wick here. We are getting some nice selling pressure step in. See? If you were still under calls, man, you'd be like, oh, why did I keep holding? But instead, you took a nice, quick loss, and you got out. You didn't sit there and hold it.
Yeah, I only lost like 19% too.
Yeah, you'd be like down 80% by now. Because we just kept going.
It'd be horrid.
President Camacho. Yes, dude. Fool has some insane memory. And Misi. Take me to the time machine. Yes. God, we have some great people in here. Can you turn the movie on stream? Yeah, if you want to get my channel taken down. I actually looked, and a long time ago, I was trying to see if you could watch movies on Kick, but even that is illegal. That's not supposed to be a thing either.
Raider,
Yeah.
why don't you do it? You make a kick stream and we'll join one day and watch a movie.
Yeah, for real, do that. I mean, I'm just kidding. Satire. I wouldn't tell anybody to do that. Terry Crews. Why couldn't I think of his damn name, bro? Why did I say Tyrese?
Oh, that's true, Leland. What if it's for educational purposes?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we could do Discord. I know why you said Tyrese. Please tell me, because I genuinely don't know. Probably because he's a big, scary dude that looks like a Tyrese. I almost said Tyrell, I'll be honest. I like money. Okay, I can't keep saying lines. People hasn't seen it yet.
Yo, guys, I feel left out.
You should feel left out. You don't have the electrolytes.
I'm actually drinking some right now.
Water, like in the
Ugh.
toilet?
Oh no.
God.
Mm.
Oh yeah, like over time. I'm not gonna say the word, and nobody should type this, but like even like you know the restaurant Fuddruckers.
No.
Okay, never mind then. Over his head completely. It's probably not in your state.
Wait, what?
Where are you, like Dakota? Where do you
I'm
live
left.
again?
Dakota? No, I live in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
The Big Mitt.
Yo, you're telling me Fuddruckers went out of business? They didn't even make it as far as the movie is gone? Come on. They were supposed to live up to the hype. Damn. They had some insane food there, man. And a big ass burger, and you get your free dessert at the end, or like a cookie or something. Damn. And they had an arcade. They had this whiz cheese or something too. Man. It's a sad day. Still seeing buyers develop inside of this range. Highly expected from this morning. Taking a lot of time.
5-minute outside bar. Already have one on the 10-minute. 15 is possible too.
They almost did it to you twice. Actually, 3 times in a row in the 5-minute, you almost have it. It's like it was just ever so slightly not.
Dude, and I was in stream when I was in my calls trade, and I was looking on that 5-minute outside bar, and it was looking so good, and we just got such a bearish candle that ruined it, and I was like, no! And then you called it out. People has no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know, Leland, dude. I don't know what
Lost the Food
Fuddruckers
Wars.
is.
Oh my god, he said Carl's Jr. vending machines, extra big ass tacos.
No way there was ever a Fuddruckers location in Michigan.
People says no idea what you're talking about. Only Taco Bell and KFC survive. Yeah, apparently. Let's see, was Fuddruckers ever in Michigan? We'll get to the bottom of this.
Wait, yeah, wait, what? There's some in Michigan that are about to open.
What?
Oh, it's in Detroit, of course. I don't live in Detroit. I don't have that anywhere near me.
I don't live in the large populated city in my state.
No. I'm north. I'm part of the North Boys.
Nelk boy. Damn, so you could go to Fuddruckers.
Yeah, I've heard of Coney Creator. I know what a Coney dog is. I'm not that stupid.
James Coney Island.
Coney Island. I've never eaten there though.
Maddie says we have Fuddruckers in Michigan, bro.
Sorry, Maddie. Maddie, you probably live in Detroit, dude. They got everything down there.
He said BB meet up at Fuddruckers.
I'll let you know when I'm in Detroit next, Maddie, and we can pull up to Fuddruckers and hang out. Play the arcade. Oh, Kalamazoo. Oh, jeez.
Is that like a name of a city or something?
Is that a what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funky.
Kalamazoo?
Mm-hmm.
That's like our Kirkendall, except our Kirkendall's not an entire city.
Kalamazoo. Oh, shoot. Kalamazoo's pretty cool.
He said it and I was
What?
like, what? Is that even real?
Leland's cousins live there.
I don't believe he has family. He's not from this planet.
He doesn't even have parents. He like birthed himself.
He just appeared one day.
It's like Superman. Give me your crashing from space. Crashing down.
I love how many comments of that movie ranged out from the chat because it really just shows you like how good that movie is. You definitely gotta watch that later.
The
Or
market
sometime this
birth,
week.
yeah.
The
You
market
just gotta send me
spawned
the name. I already forgot what the name is.
here. Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
If you forget again, just message me.
Alright.
Actually,
I'll
write
just
these
type
down.
that.
Idiocracy and Grandma's Boy. These are the two movies you need to
Oh,
see
I know.
before I talk
I
to you
know.
again.
I know what Grandma's Boy is.
Okay, you do? Okay, well, you got the better one off the list. I'm proud of you.
I've only seen like a little bit of the movie, but I like know.
Oh, that's not seeing the movie. He just ruined his opinion. Okay.
Yo, Crater, I don't drink Flint water, bro.
Oh, yeah, Super Troopers 2. That is a great fucking movie.
Super Troopers. Oh, I've seen this when I was younger.
Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, like that Swiss couple or whatever. They're like in the car. They're getting pulled over going like 120 or something crazy. Or like 200 miles an hour.
He goes, you can't say I know Grandma's Boy, and I saw a meme one time. Jeez, Leland.
I'm a bear. I've shorted stocks before, I swear. Apple giving up previous day high. Great call out by D-Touch, the Glizzy himself. The Glizzy Gladiator calling out Apple, breaking previous day high to the downside.
The Glizzy Gladiator.
Microsoft also lost today's open. I say a few moments ago. It happened a while ago. Weakness stepping back in. See Nvidia just kind of chilling. AMD chilling before Nvidia earnings. Tesla slowed down after that massive move today. It was a very nice move. Good job, Leland and Mangekko Kevo.
Raider, we're just the best. That's why we don't know any of these movies. Except Creator is still like 6 years older than me.
I'm glad you're being honest, Creator, but if you don't finish those movies, I'm never talking to you again.
I'm a trader. I took 12 trades today, made $4. The fool goes, I feel personally attacked.
No, the copium is, I swear I learned something.
Yeah.
I'm better because of it.
I stuck to my plan.
I know what I'm doing. Alright, back to talking about how things are just holding support and basing.
Basing, like Mr. Bueller said, we need to do. Failed to break lower.
Yeah, whether we go up or down, I don't care, but something's happening at lunch or power hour today. Or nothing. And then we just say the same thing again tomorrow and you get a really, 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 really nice day tomorrow. Because we got FOMC minutes, we got PAL talking, we got Nvidia earnings, we got the 20-year yield, we got everything going on. He's watching me. What did you think that blinking light in the corner of your room was? Yo, and welcome all 70 plus people in here. We had over 300 people click on today's stream, probably because of the amazing health conditions of the stream. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream. We highly appreciate it. Sharing the link, sharing the stream around helps as well. But thank you all for being here. A lot of good updates so far from all of you so far. We've really just been roasting the younger folk in here for not watching movies. That's right, I called you younger folk.
I mean, I am.
One of my... Oh, I'm not reading that one. Smoke detector?
Oh my gosh. Imagine you read that.
I almost did, too. YouTube probably would have, like, triggered and been like, alright,
Yeah.
knock his stream quality down to 360p.
In game. My God, creator, that's just insane.
You know what when I was gone for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, you know what I was thinking about?
What?
All I could think about was Ace. I'm not gonna lie, Ace Ventura, and the member in here, not the movies.
Yeah.
But Ace, all I could think about was when I return, how is he gonna pressure me into playing marbles? Like that's all I could think about. Is that weird? Like it wasn't even about stocks.
It's about the marbles game.
Yeah. I was like, is he like how am I gonna get pressured into playing more marbles again?
Ooh, creator said if you read it, he'll renew his membership
You should probably
with
save
his
your money.
mom's credit card. With his mom's credit card.
Read it and I'll renew my membership. See, but he put those in two different lines, so that could be him just saying a random thing and not be connecting to read it, you know?
True.
And then he could try to trick me. Whole morning, only $1 move, VC. It was Maddie Ice that brought it up earlier.
Oh, all you gotta say is it, and he'll renew his membership. He said read it.
It.
Oh, there we go.
Not gonna lie, I had a few marble things typed up and deleted them out of seriousness. I knew somebody was gonna say something because nobody said anything yesterday, and I was like, all right, like I honestly had anxiety last night. I was like, is somebody gonna say something about marbles?
Honesty is key, Maddie.
All right. Still just holding this area. Nothing crazy going on. Let's go back to meta. Meta's actually holding the area we were wanting to go short in. They're holding it as support. Really nice move into today's open and almost today's high. Which they did that already once, but better move here after holding the support, not just breaking it. Google's tinkering higher, actually. Banks are pretty boring today. I still like the UPS swing idea. Might have to short Lulu here if they give us another session like today tomorrow. Could be a midterm retest under 448.50, 450.84. What time does your shift start, peoples?
12, so I'm gonna have to leave soon. Probably in the next few minutes, I'm gonna have to dip.
Sag.
Yeah, still gotta get ready.
Sag. All good though. You were in here for a good amount of time.
Yeah, I'll join up Friday too. And
Yeah,
I
that-
can get here like right when market opens, so it's more than just like 30 minutes. All good, peoples. I'll take a spot. Can we actually get creator in here? Wait, no, wait. That's actually kind of a bad idea. Bro's a channel risk.
A channel risk? Oh, you are. That was the most accurate comment. Honestly, you kind of are too, so I'm taking a risk. Like if I showed the chat how you spelled idiocracy, I don't know if you'd be able to live.
Okay, that was the auto. I spelt it differently, but that was
Okay.
the autocorrect.
Okay, I'll let you live then.
So I was like, okay, maybe this is right, and I'm just
I was like,
stupid.
he just spelled idiocracy and ideology into one word. Idiocracy.
I didn't even realize what I clicked on. I like to be called a liability. Creator, maybe one day we'll do our own stream in the Discord when Beeler takes his day off.
That's never happening again. That was the one
And,
break I get for my whole life. That was it.
oh man, one week break.
Yeah, that's why it was so long, because it's the only one I get.
Leland's cheering right now. Alright, dude. I'm about to dip out.
What'd you get in queso?
What? Yeah.
All right, we'll let you go, man.
Alright.
Have fun
Thanks
at
for
the
having me on
Apple
stream.
Store. We'll be
Oh,
here.
yeah. I'll sell so many phones today. Alright. I'll see you stream. I'll be back Friday. Yeah, have a good day, guys.
Thank you, man. We'll have you in here.
Yes, sir.
God, finally. I thought that would never end. Last time I tried swinging DPS, the driver strike news came out and kind of burned me. Oh, okay. Fair enough. But yes, that was Peoples. For anybody asking, that's just a trader, a friend in the chat. It's really hard to find people who are younger too, who like actually have like hunger for this, who are like motivated to any extent. Peoples is a pretty good example of that. He's around some good people, but it's also a lot of hard work on his own. Money is my motivator. How is your new job, Jack? How's that been going, man? I haven't had time to ask you or bug you about it yet. I also wanted to give it more time before asking because I actually wanted you to get settled in before I asked. But how has that new job been treating you? I know it's not maybe new in the sense of what you're doing, but I heard you're doing a lot more leadership role and teaching other people things. And you're the main guy. Yo, Mike is so right, though. He said, if you have any questions about UPS, let me know. Mike is so right. He's been our UPS guy for a minute now. I'm mentally young. Does that count? It does. It does, actually. I count mental young because you ever met like an old person and they had like that mental young like feature? You're just like so impressed by them. You're like, wow. So yes, it does count. Like, wow, this old person could like run laps around me. Nvidia's so tight. So chill so far, man. The change of pace is amazing. They're talking right now about shutting down at 2 p.m. on Friday to go shoot shotguns. Wow. Sounds like you got a way more chill job. That's awesome. I like those companies like that. I've only worked at one, of course, but I have friends who work in different places, and it's kind of cool whenever you hear those stories like everybody's meeting up or everybody's hanging out, or just it's supposed to be a place of work and everybody's hanging out and bullshitting around. It's a good thing because it makes working with each other not so hard. Makes it more fun, more enjoyable. And I mean, who doesn't like shooting shotguns at random stuff? So that sounds like a lot of fun, man. I'm happy to hear that you're adjusting well. I remember that was a pretty hard choice for you to initially make, but I'm sure you're very happy about the fact that you've made it now, so good for you. Nvidia is so tight. Google trying to break previous day high. Also, 142.08 is a daily emerging candle. Good call out by Matty Ice on Google. Looks like the base is holding a lot better on the second time, but remember what we saw. This is a pretty similar candle to this first one that we're seeing right now. Very similar. Oh, there's some trade reviews I gotta catch up on. Still just seeing SPY buyers step in a little bit. Nothing crazy yet. They can make that new high of day over, what is that? 496 is basically. Be a very good sign buyers want to increase the move up to previous day close, 496.74. Paper Hand said, headed on vacation today, but couldn't help myself when seeing the... Oh, this was yesterday. Damn, I'm a day off. He's on vacation today. Yo, we should tag Paper Hands and say, I hope you're having a good vacation. I'm gonna go to off topic, though. I don't want to break the chat. Holy. No, don't beat me. How did you beat me? Probably because I couldn't type one word right 3 different times. No, I would never ban D-Touch. I mean Costco Glizzy, who am I talking about? %, nerving move, but settling in well. Already doing some fab and welding stuff around the shop. Oh, okay, cool. Customizing the shop how you need it to be. GG instead of good game is Previous day demand holding up very well. As expected, Wacko Jacko. As expected. Great job. I also saw you in the trade floor posting this over and over and over. Great job, man. Thank you for also pushing that same message. Off topic, new anime solo. Oh, I actually saved that in my watch list. I'm not going to lie to you. I put it in my thing, but I haven't clicked on it yet. Don't tell me anything. I didn't even realize it was the same person as Attack on Titan. Bro, that is crazy you said that. I literally just added that to my watch list the other day. AKA 2400 Costco glizzies. In the money NVIDIA contracts only $3,600. Well, at least you guys got a new high of day on Spy. I mean, that's something, right? Ha 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 ha. Copium. It's kind of nice to go to the 1 minute just to review the entire price action itself. What I mean by that is like breaking it down more. So you can see like we broke that low, retook it. Basically from this candle, we haven't really gone down again. They had this move, they had this new low break, and this is like open range breakout. Like bears should be taking this more, right? Next candle even opened lower. That means they juiced whoever was still sitting in contracts from here who were in shorts momentarily, screwed them, and then basically from this candle, we never went lower. Basically, who controls that area controls trend. They end up holding a higher low. And this is really what I talked about with you guys earlier on in the stream, where we talked about, you know, maybe it's just not time for them to get a nice move up or down. Maybe they just need to settle a little bit, and then we get a nice base build, or maybe that base build fails and we see a really nice pullback. Who knows? But base building, we did at least call this out. I'm happy to be covering the price action how it should be covered. Not every day, not every morning you're going to get a massive move. Now, from here, you can get massive moves now that this base is built. Like you see this move here, this was massive. You can get another one to the upside to 496.75. We end up holding this and continuing. Awesome. We end up holding and then failing under 495.85. There's a very good chance we see today's open again. Maybe even today's low. Maybe even that area I just highlighted to show you guys that really the real area of control. Again, though, if you guys enjoyed today's stream, please drop a like on today's stream. Any of the updates, any of the just conversations we had today. Definitely drop a like on today's stream. And thank you guys again for sticking around throughout the stream's problems. We had a lot of people join today's stream. Glad to see the BB community is as strong as ever. I'll leave it on the 1 minute for now. Alright, what are y'all saying in here? Nothing. Bet. I think some people thought I was ending it because the way I was talking. It is almost 10:30 and the market hasn't done as much, but the base build has occurred. How was everyone's day today so far? Before I end the stream, I just want to see how everyone's doing, and if anybody has any questions before I head out, I want to give you guys that chance to reach out. Did anybody take any trades they were questionable about? Did anybody hesitate and maybe you shouldn't have? Was there anything maybe you misheard from today? Is there anything about today's game plan and today's session you want to talk about? But yeah, how was y'all's day though overall? Did you have a good day? Did you have a bad day? Did you feel like... And when I say good or bad, I don't mean did you make money or not. Don't answer me that way. I don't care if you made money or not. Did you stick to your game plan or not? Did you stick to anything you talked about beforehand? That would be your relative view of, okay, did I do good or not? You don't go off of did I make money or not. That's not really a good measure of quality. Doing good. Scott said awesome. Maddie said, doing good, boss. Took the one loss earlier, just been chilling now. Okay, nice. I don't blame you either, because it's not like anything has really been that crazy. I would say this was like probably the most profitable move. I mean, no shit, but it was also the slowest. It took an hour and a half to set up. Which we did talk about that, but it's also not the most fun thing to wait for. It could be hard to maintain. Chilling. I'm just light on triple Q calls. See if we can break this little range. Only trade so far. Bferg being honest with everybody, saying bad day for me. Started perfect, but got greedy on Tesla and got bagged. Should have been content with profits. It's a pretty good review in itself. Should have been content with profits. I feel you though, Bferg. It's hard to like take a trade though, you know, and then see all the other potential on the market, and it's hard to not, you know, shoot at it. It's hard to not bite at it. It's hard to not want to be a part of it. So one thing that I like to try to do, and I know a lot of my guys like to try to do whenever we're in that zone, is one, and this is probably what we all should do, is walk away. But two, you know, go outside or go walk your dog or go do something. Just kind of like change your mind. You're really just throwing yourself off, and then when you come back to the screen, you're not as affected because you're like, oh, okay, well, I don't need this trade. I don't need this trade. You'll be back to normal. Another thing you could do is actively take mental reps, or even a paper trade would be better than continuing, you know, if you feel like that's what you're doing. If you don't feel that way and maybe it was just a good loss and you moved on from it and you were greedy, whatever, move on from it. It's just a one-day thing. But overall, it is good to like talk about your problems in the way Bferg just did and discuss a solution, or discuss what he could have been doing, you know, discuss what should have been done. And he said that all in one message, so I feel like that's a good example for everybody there. Stuck to mental trades today. Good stuff, Scott. What's up, Fake Mojo? No trades, trying to be patient, wait for clear direction. Chop is my kryptonite. I still need to set up that call with you, Fake Mojo. We need to do that this week. I want to do a one-on-one with you. Yeah, that is what I need to do. Walk away, take a break. Even if it's like 5 minutes, Bferg. Sometimes like just going out to your back door, going outside for a second, and then coming back in and going back to your computer. Even just that small amount of adjustment might be the fresh breath of air that you needed to just kind of think correctly. To think how Bferg wants to think. So maybe the decision was taking another trade. You don't never know. Maybe it just went wrong, you know? I'm not going to sit here and be like, taking that second trade was your mistake. No, I would just say maybe the risk of that second trade might have been a mistake. But like you said, you already looked at it. You already reviewed. We're not sitting here trying to criticize or anything. We all make mistakes. But I'm glad you're saying it out loud, because it shows that you actually give a shit. It shows that you're passionate. It shows, and honestly, I think by saying that, it's a great first step towards, you know, correcting that mistake or bouncing back in any kind of way, mentally, you know, in any kind of way, psychologically, account-wise. I feel like that's a great first step, because you're like literally telling yourself, hey, you fucked up. And then you're telling yourself, this is what I should have done. And this is kind of what I talked about beforehand. You have to be your own disciplinary. There's no, like when you join the military, there's always someone over you telling you what to do. Everybody's telling you where to go at what time. Like, you just have to be there, right? In the trading world, you don't get to just get yelled at by somebody and somebody keeps you in line. You're the one who has to keep yourself in line. There is no sergeant over you. There's no captain. There's no general sitting over you telling you what to do, how to do it, when to do it. So, you really do have to be passionate about this stuff and get onto yourself. You can't just let shit slide. Trade review. Like, how many of you guys have trade reviews? How many of you guys have trade journals? My best days, I scale into trades that are working and get out early. I leave some meat on the bone. The days I try to exact every penny from a trade is when I usually screw myself. Oh, okay. That's what you need to do though, B-Ferg. Like you say, you miss some of the meat of the bone. Like, that's going to happen, you know? We have to come to the realization that we're not going to catch the entire move. We need to get good at catching part of the move. The part of the move that we have calculated, the part of the move that we understand, the part of the move that we can correctly see over and over and over again. Because again, this has to be repeatable. It's not going to be something that we just see once, right? We need to be able to do something that we can do multiple times over and over and over again with consistency, with a reasonable mindset. You know, not just knowing it's going to work every time, like it is going to fail. But it needs to fail with a calculated reason. Why did it invalidate? Where did it invalidate from? You know, if this, then that, be conditional with it. But no, I like how you put that though. Your best days are when you get, you know, just a chunk of the move, not the entire thing, or where you're not trying to be so tedious with it. You know, you're just catching a move. I like that. And then when you do try to be more tedious, that's when you get screwed. And that's honestly how trading is, really. I mean, the more tedious you get, the more variables you're opening up to screw yourself with, really. Good way of putting that, for real. 1 minute left in the hour candle. For possible tweets or bottle formation on the triple Q. I'm free to join the stream tomorrow if you'd like. Yes, D-Touch, I would enjoy that very much. Leave some meat so you don't become the meat. Also, that's us seeing that afterwards too. Like, in the moment, you don't know that that's not the whole move too. Like, you might think in the moment that is the whole move. And that's how it should feel when you're getting out of your trade. You should think like, okay, I'm done. And then if it does go more, so what? That's what the staircase method is for. Right now, we're not worried about that because we're not on multiple cons yet. We're worried about getting in and out of trades. Remember, the staircase method isn't just about contract amounts. It's also about psychological and trading, right? So if you get into trading and you get into trading, right? A lot of us think, oh, I'll just put $1,000 in. I'll put it all in one play and I'll just keep going until it blows or until I get rich, right? And then it doesn't work like that. The realization hits you and you're like, oh my God, trading's hard. But it's really smart because you get into trading and you start with one con, right? And I always tell people, like, get really good with just one contract. Get really good with it. Just focusing on getting in a play, you know, with set conditions, and then get out with a set condition, whether it's an invalidation stopping you out or a target hitting and you taking profit. Doesn't matter. You need to have a calculated, you know, condition of like what you're going to do beforehand. Then when you go do it, you can be proud of yourself because you have something to kind of give yourself a relative view of. You know, you're like, oh, okay, well, of the game plan, I've done really well. I did exactly how I planned. And then if you go back afterwards and you saw you didn't, well, then that's a bad trade, regardless of it being red or green. Good post, though. I like everybody's self-review of themselves. I was asking to not to give any constructive criticism. Like, I wasn't here to criticize or anything. But it's just good to see a lot of people posting what they truly believe they need to be working on or what they need to do, because it might spark something else in someone else. They read that and they're like, oh my god, Beefrog's right. Like, I do the same thing. I need to do that too. So motivate each other, keep each other down the right lane, keep each other in a positive mindset. I am going to end stream now. I'll see you guys in the Discord if you guys want to message around or just post some charts or just look at some updates. If you're just chilling after this, totally cool as well. It looks like they tried to hold the 495.85 and brought it down yet again. So even the one good move we saw move up here on the 1 minute, also slowing back down. So big thing for me moving into the rest of the day is holding this base. If they continue to hold this base, you should still be short-term bullish on the intraday. If you end up seeing this break under this, then yeah, I believe a lot larger of a pullback is coming. But go back to the beginning of the stream. I would definitely recheck the beforehand plan we talked about. Go over some different analysis points we talked about base building, going up, going down, all that good stuff. And truly, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the stream tomorrow. It looks like I'll have D-Touch with me, maybe Leland as well. On Friday, it looks like I'll have Peoples again. So all kinds of people wanting to join in here and talk. So I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. Appreciate each and every one of you. Love you all. And yes, have a great day.